The RAC came to us, asked us to do something exciting and interesting in Europe. So we went to the pub and sat down and thought about it, and we thought, well, let's just see how many countries we can visit on a single tank of fuel, which we thought was exciting and interesting and above all relevant to people who go to Europe and want to go to lots of different countries. We thought that maybe we'd get up around 10 or so. In the end, we managed to do a little better than that. Guinness World Records told us that the record had to take place without the use of any form of external assistance, ships, trains, which meant that our starting point have to be in Europe. And so we ended up down on the border between Belgium and Holland near Maastricht.
Always wanted a Guinness World Record.
Well, there you go.
On your marks.
Go.
Let's go! We've started! So this is what it's going to be like then. We're going to be driving at 59 miles an hour for the next 24 hours.
Rebecca and I thought the 4-hour stint was a sensible period of time. It's a long time behind the wheel, but it's not ridiculous. It also allows the person who's not driving a decent period of time either to get some sleep or at least to get some rest.
So that was our first stop. I've completed my first 4-hour stint. Andrew's taken over and we have gone through 4 countries.
So far we've been to the Netherlands, Belgium, Luxembourg, France, and we are just about to enter Switzerland. What we did was relied on radio contact with mpg-7 to make sure that we always knew where we were going sufficiently in advance.
Just be aware here. I'm saying you can do it about 20 miles an hour.
Okay, thank you.
You did it at 28. Good work. Go, go, go.
Ultimately and fundamentally, you want to be travelling at the lowest speed the car will travel at in its highest gear. In the Audi, that turned out to be about 52 miles per hour.
Okay, we're getting off here, everyone.
I don't know. Oh, you're kidding. You're kidding. Hello, Q7. Our sat-nav says tunnel closed in 19 miles, so I don't know whether you've got that as well.
Copy that.
You can make the best plans in the world months in advance, but there will always be stuff which comes out and bites you. And we had exactly one such incident. The moment we crossed the border into Austria, navigation systems in all the cars just started pinging up that a tunnel was closed. The only thing we could do was to go over the mountains that the tunnel had been built to avoid. The thing that I guess was most terrifying was looking at our projected range. Then suddenly all sorts of other things, very, very thick fog thick enough that driving became very difficult, and for a while, really the overall priority of what we were doing stopped being to drive as frugally as possible and started being not falling off the side of a mountain. Just going up that mountain alone lost us over 100 miles. Now, of course, you get a bit back coming down the other side, but you always lose more than you gain.
We have covered 8 countries, including Germany, and we will be going on to Italy next. And Andrew will be catching some shut-eye, hopefully.
I know a way out of this dark I'm in. I know a choice to make. I've got to hold on the line.
It's very important to have 2 drivers because from a safety point of view, if one of us becomes tired, then the other one can take over.
As dawn broke, we found ourselves in Slovenia, delighted that our fuel consumption was back up to where we needed to be.
Hold on to the light. Who's gonna save you?
Following our every movement was an RAC van, just to maintain the car, make sure the fluid levels were topped up and with some spare wheels in it. And it was just very, very nice to know that everywhere we went there was this sort of guardian angel looking over our shoulders.
7:43 in the morning and we've not been to bed.
I'm not sure if you're getting this. We are 138 miles from Brod with a range of, I'm afraid, only 195, not the 220 we originally thought. The first tricky decision that we had to make was whether to go to Bosnia. We knew the border might not be particularly easy to get across, and having gone over the border and seen what things were like on the other side, I think it was a fairly sobering experience for all of us. And that's when we had probably the most difficult decision of the entire trip.
So we still have a decision to make about Serbia versus Serbia-Hungary.
We need to make the decision now because the road ahead is closed.
The simple arithmetic was that there was a border with Serbia which was quite close, which we were pretty confident we could get to, and that would have been our 13th country, and that would have been fine. Good record. However, there was another border with Serbia which was further away, more difficult to get to, but just beyond that lay also the border with Hungary. So the decision we had to make was whether we go for 13 countries and know that we could get to 13 countries, or try for 14 and risk only getting 12.
Okay, we're going to get up here, we're going to go for it.
God, how far can this thing go?
Range is 5 miles.
Could you just repeat that, please?
Our range is 5 miles now.
I think we're going to have to go a kilometre slower, to be honest.
We can't really do that because the engine will change down a gear and then the revs will go up and we'll use more fuel.
We got down to 0 miles, no range left at all. I think that both of us thought there was a very good chance that we made a mess of it. The real moment of, if not triumph, then certainly relief was getting across the border into Serbia.
Welcome to Serbia. Hooray! We did it!
That's really good.
That is brilliant.
I can remember feeling quite emotional and great sense of achievement, and knowing still that the job was not yet done.
How far to the border?
We expect about 4 miles on this road, okay? 4 miles.
Towards the end, it got very, very quiet in the car. The tension was extraordinary. There were no miles left on the range, and we just sat there for mile after mile, just waiting for the thing to run out of fuel.
2 miles from the border.
There was no indicated reason in the world why the car should still be functioning. It should have stopped working a long time before it actually did. And then out of nowhere, it appeared. And it was a very emotional moment, but it was also a very surreal moment. We came out of Bosnia with 50 miles in the tank. So we got through Croatia, Serbia, and here on fumes.
Now, let's see. Yes, I'm right check you're well and truly on red. That's not been tampered with. I'm very happy. You can see my delightful squiggle of a signature and Guinness World Records initials.
There you go.
Now in beautiful Hungary, achieved 14 countries visited on a single tank of diesel. Well done, guys. That's officially amazing.
Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you so much.
I guess what I feel most proud of, it was the sheer number of countries that we visited. 14 countries. We looked very hard at maps for a very long period of time, involved a very careful route. We hadn't thought that hard. I think there is an extreme likelihood that we wouldn't have got to country 13, let alone 14.
Nice moves, boys.